Good afternoon, good morning, good day, depending on where you're listening from. Welcome to Profit and Beauty. Now, this show was created for salon owners who have decided to start running their salons like a business rather than a hustle. The focus of the show is to help salon owners understand the numbers behind their business so that they can grow and make extraordinary profits. Without this knowledge, it's really hard, if not impossible, for your salon to reach its true potential. My name is Desiree Anderson, and I have 19 years experience as a hairstylist and salon owner. I currently work as a certified public accountant, working mainly with salon owners and hairstylists. My background as a former stylist and salon owner gives me a much better understanding of what our industry professionals need and desire. So if you are a hairstylist or salon owner interested in running your salon like a business, then this show is for you. On the other hand, if you are a hairstylist or salon owner not interested in running your salon like a business, this show may or may not be for you. I just hope you keep listening, and maybe something you hear in one of the episodes will make you decide to turn your craft from a hustle into a business that you can scale and grow. So sit back and enjoy this week's episode. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is going to be a really short one today because I don't really have a whole lot to say, but I just want to talk about some of the things I've been discussing with some of my clients who are trying to figure out a way to increase their sales. Now, I am not a coach by any means or by any stretch of the imagination. I am just an accountant who happens to work with a lot of beauty industry professionals, mainly hairstylists. And in addition to doing their tax work and accounting work, I also do some consulting work. Now, one of the areas that I have been consulting about a lot lately is how to help my clients improve or increase their bottom line. And really, there's only a certain number of clients that you can individually do on your own on a day. Even if you are a salon and you have booth renters, there's always a ceiling because you never normally make more than what the booth rent is. If you have a commission salon, well, your chances under those circumstances are a lot better to possibly make more money because your money can be it fluctuates. So it all depends on how many people visit your salon and how much money each stylist makes on your behalf. However, that being said, even though as a commission salon, your income can fluctuate quite a bit, there's still somewhat of a ceiling because there's only so much one hairstylist can do. Like, you can't work them like a slave, okay? Everybody needs a break. So even if your stylists are doing a lot of work and they're bringing in a lot of money, there's still always a ceiling there as well, of course, unless you increase your prices. So increasing your prices is, of course, one way of increasing your revenue. But at the same time, you can't constantly increase your prices whenever you decide that you want to make more money. So the one thing that used to work for me when I was a hairstylist, and one thing that I advise my clients to do, is to incorporate retail in their business. And not just to incorporate it so it just sits pretty on the floor. You really want to use retail as a way to help boost your income. Honestly, when I had my hair salon, my retail paid for my rent. And at the time, my rent wasn't cheap. And when I say it wasn't cheap for me at the time. I think I was paying about $2,500 a month, and then I was paying for utilities. By the time I finished paying all of my bills for the month, I was close to about $3,500, maybe $4,000, and that's a lot of money. And that really did dig deep into my pocket. So one way that I was able to sustain was through the sale of retail. And I have to say, when I first got out of school, I didn't know how to cut a head of hair to save my life. So I decided to go work for Great Clips, just for the mere fact that they were willing to hire anybody, okay, which of course I looked at myself at that time as anybody because I couldn't do hair. And I just learned on the people that came into the salon. I think the cuts at the time were $11 a piece, and I just learned on them. And eventually I was able to work my way around a head of hair without messing it up. But one thing that I can honestly say that Great Clips taught me, in addition to learning how to do a basic haircut, was learning how to retail, because they taught us that we needed to start selling the product from the minute we greeted our clients up front to the minute they sat in our chair, and while they were in the shampoo bowl, and while they were actually sitting in our chair and they were getting their hair cut and possibly blow dried. So what we used to do was, the minute they sat in our chair, we of course greeted them. We asked them questions, asked them if they were having any particular concerns that they wanted to discuss with their hair. Also, I would do a slight consultation to see what was going on. But one thing I always made sure that I was honest. I never tried to push a product on a person if they didn't need it. Okay. So during the consultation, I always asked them to tell me about their hair. And, people love talking about themselves, so that was never a problem. So that's what gave me an idea of the types of products I was going to use on them when it came to shampooing, if they wanted a shampoo, or when it came to styling. And I always kept the products on the counter. I kept it on the counter, and not only did I keep it on the counter, I made sure that that they could actually see it, that it was in their eyesight. Every time I used the product, I would tell them what I was doing, why I was doing it, and the benefit of what I was doing. In doing this, when I was done with their haircut or whatever they were in my chair for, I would always ask them, is there anything else I can do for you? They'll say yes, or they'll say no. And I always walked them to the desk and I checked them out. When I walked them to the desk and checked them out, I always had that same product that I was using on them at the station. I had it sitting on the front desk. Before they checked out, I would ask them, is there anything that you would like today? I always asked them if they wanted to purchase any product. And usually their eyes would dart to the products sitting on the counter. And most of the time, I would have to say about 50% of the time, I made a sale. So this is what I advise my clients to do, because nowadays you can actually go anywhere and find any professional products. You can go to Sally's, not Sally's, but you can go to most of the Oriental beauty supply stores. You can go to Marshalls and to TJ Maxx. You can also go to I've gone to Walmart sometimes and found some professional products, but even more so, you can go onto Amazon and purchase these products for cheaper than you can from an actual salon, or go anywhere on the internet to purchase these products. But here's the difference. When a person comes into your salon and they sit down, they are paying for the experience, okay? They trust you. So even though they can possibly go somewhere else and buy this product at a cheaper rate, the bottom line is that they trust you, their stylist. And based on the experience they had at the salon, they are more than likely going to purchase the products from you. It all depends on, or rather, it's all about how you present the whole experience for them. But one thing I have to say is, only sell products to people if they truly need it. Don't push something on them that they don't need. And most of the time, we all need products. Everybody needs a shampoo. Everybody needs a conditioner. Everybody needs finishing products, okay? So the question is not that they don't need it. The question is, who are they going to buy it from? Are they going to buy it from you, or are they going to buy it from somebody else? So that's my 2 cents. So for those of you who are trying to find a way to increase the profits of your salon, I would say not only should you start retailing, but you should make it a ritual. In other words, you incorporate it into the service. So from the minute your client walks in the door, when they go to the shampoo bowl, when they come back to the chair, you should be warming them up for the sale. Okay? So that's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach me at Desiree@AndersonAccounting3.com. That's my email address, or feel free to go to my website. Website is accountantsforhairstylists.com. That's accountants with an S, the number 4, hairstylists with an S.com. Thanks, guys. Bye.